Hello everybody, my name is Matthew and welcome to another edition of Lego Break. Today's episode is going to consist of me adding a school to the Lego City. And as you can see right here, I do have one of the Friends Heart Lake City schools right here. But I do want to ask you before we get into it, have you ever built a set and when you're finished with it, you're completely disappointed in the way it comes out? Well, that's kind of how this was and what happened to me. Let me remove the box and just let me explain real fast. First of all, you look at the front of this and you think, wow, I mean, that's a good looking building, and it is. But it's so short in comparison to some of the other buildings I got over here in the city. Also, not only does it not come with a back, it also does not come with a roof either. So we're going to build a mock out of this. And lucky for me, I have another Lego Friends school right here that I can add to this. And it's going to come out as one bigger building. Before we move on to the second half of the school, let me show you what I did to modify the first half of it. First of all, I did the easy part on the bottom. I went ahead and just added a layer of textured brick. There's the middle part of the school that I went ahead and added there. We added one layer of brick right here. Let me pull the top off so you can see. And then I added one more of these round 2x2 studs right there. And then as we put this back on, it's a perfect fit once I tighten it down. And then I added one more layer of brick to the top of the school right here. As I'm putting this cool dual school together, say that 3 times fast, I am going to show you what I'm doing on the inside. Now this set did come with each set came with one loose table that connected onto the open back of the school. So what I did is just went ahead and put them on the inside on the lower level, just so the students have a place to sit and study or eat. The cafeteria is on this side. I'm not going to put the cafeteria over here. I'm just going to leave it as a bench for some of the students to sit down on. A look at the modifications that I did on the inside. I have a large music room over here. It comes with a couple of pianos, some guitars. There's a dance floor over there. There's some masks. Let me turn it around to show you where the desks are, and the teacher's desk on this side, and a couple more masks. There's our large music room. I did add a set of steps on the inside of this, and I am going to have to modify the floor some so we can get to the, we'll just make it a boys' bathroom on one side and a girls' bathroom on the other side. And then we'll have to make access to this side of the upstairs over here. And I did make one big lunch room over here. So there's the extra sandwiches and plates piled up. There's a whole bunch of cups. There's a stand-up bench for the students to eat as well as a table. Also, here's these windows that I'm putting in on the side of the school. I just basically modified it one stud higher and was able to put these windows in to fill in the space. I've got the initial part of the school done, although I still need to add a roof to this. But I wanted to show you one last look on the inside, what I did upstairs. We have the science class over here with the microscope and things they are looking at on that side of the school. And I'm not going to do too much more finishing up on the inside because this building is not modular. It's going to be really hard to pull the roof off anyway and check it out inside. But there's the boys' bathroom on one side, girls' bathroom on the other. We got an art class and studio over here on this side of the school. And I want to show you quickly which side is the front and which side is the back, although it's for the most part symmetrical. I do want to designate this side as the front of the school because of the pillars. I ran out of these round pillars, and I'll show you what I mean when I get to the back side. But this is going to be the front of it, and this will be the back side over here. As you can see, I had to use some of the brick type pieces versus the round because the set only came with so many of them. And then as well as the steps, I didn't have any more brown flat tiles, so I used some of the green ones on the back side of the school. And to show you how I'm constructing this whole roof. So what I did, I added a pillar on this side, and I did the same thing over here on this side as well. I modified the structures on the top of these 4 walls that are on the outside of the bathrooms, and I just simply made this kind of a plate here for it to go on top there, and it should snap right into place. I am going to have to do some kind of strip over here. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but let's figure it out. Okay, to fill this little space in, I had to modify a piece right here. Let's get the camera on there. It's going to go into place right here. And then let me put this front part back on. I'm trying not to ruin the original design of the building too much, but anyway, that's going to sit like that. That's going to cover that little piece. And now let me show you what I'm going to do next. And here it is, a final look at the school. I have the roof all finished. I ended up putting some air conditioners on the top there where that elevated green piece is. I ended up using some of the slope pieces out of the city road plates to finish it off because I wanted to keep it an all dark gray color on the roof as much as possible. Let's take a look at the back of the school. There is a little yard here for the kids to play. A basketball court in the back, and there's a couple of the bikes that the kids rode to school. Eventually I want to build a playground back here, but it's not going to be in this video. Let's take a look at the rest of the landscaping around the school. There's a parking lot that I added to the front. It's a pretty large parking lot, but schools do take a lot of cars for teachers and things. Now, are all these parking spots gonna fit cars? That I don't know, but I had to work with the pieces I had just to make it look decent for the video. Maybe we can do some modifications to that later whenever we build the playground, but for now it's gonna work. Here's a look at the front of the school. Those yellow pieces are curb pieces for the cars so they don't go into the next piece of property or into the school. And then I added a few trees onto this side of the school where the road is. If you like this video, again, please give it a like and subscribe to the Lego Break Station. I would greatly appreciate it. That's going to do it for this video. We will see you next time.